William never imagined that in this world, where magic didn't exist, goblins could be such terrifying monsters. Just hearing their name was enough to scare even William's father, a man who had been through many wars. He immediately gathered all the young men in the village to hunt down the goblins, and to protect the houses from goblin attacks, his father told the women and children to stay inside. As time passed, William thought this time there would be no danger, but to his surprise, a goblin quietly sneaked into the yard and began searching for human traces. When it couldn't find anyone, the goblin lost its patience and started smashing the door. The noise the goblin made frightened those hiding inside, but soon, the noise stopped. Everyone thought they were safe, but then the goblin smashed the window, and it had already broken into the house. This was William's first encounter with such a situation, but he quickly calmed down and told everyone to stay quiet. The goblin was searching the house, but it seemed to have missed the place where William and the others were hiding. As the goblin's footsteps faded away, everyone felt more at ease. But just then, a loud thunderclap caused everyone to shout out in fear. Hearing the noise, the goblin started frantically smashing the door. With the goblin's appearance, everyone was so scared they didn't know what to do. But thinking of their children, the mother nervously stood in front of them. However, the goblin only roared a few times, and the mother was so terrified that she collapsed onto the ground. The goblin started laughing at them. It was at this moment that William realized that goblins had the same intelligence as humans. At this point, his sister bravely stood up and pointed her sword at the goblin, but she was no match for it. The mother, in her attempt to protect her sister, was injured. As the goblin advanced, William knew that if things continued like this, his mother and sister would die. To protect them, William grabbed the goblin's arm. Surprisingly, William suddenly felt the goblin's magic. Without hesitation, he gathered all the magic from the goblin, and when the goblin's arm started to burn, William let go. Looking at his trembling hands, William could hardly believe what had just happened. He turned around and saw everyone staring at him in fear. In the next moment, Lena grabbed William's hand, saying that it was thanks to him that everyone was saved. But at this moment, the mother's injuries were the most serious. In this remote village, there were no doctors. To save his mother, William had no choice but to try something. He found the best seamstress in the village and gathered some disinfecting tools. Under William's direction, the girl slowly sewed up his mother's wounds. As his mother gradually improved, William's father returned. They discovered the goblin's lair and killed 2 of them. However, they realized there were more goblins there, so they hurried back. Thanks to William, no one in the village was injured. But when the doctor arrived at their home, he found that the mother's wounds had already been stitched up, and no treatment was needed. He was puzzled and thought that someone with exceptional medical skills must have been there. William's father didn't know how to explain it, so he just brushed it off. Since everyone was now safe, William's father decided to have a talk with him. He didn't know how William, just a child, knew these methods he had never seen before. William didn't know how to answer. He couldn't reveal that he was from another world, so he just said that he wasn't sure and that it seemed like he had known these things since he was born. His father, hearing this, didn't press the matter further. He simply advised William never to study magic again, because in this world, anyone who was different would be killed. Even if magic could change the world, such dangerous powers could bring unforeseen risks to the family and to William himself. William understood his father's concerns, but he said he wouldn't give up on magic because it was the power he had always dreamed of obtaining. Seeing the determination in William's eyes, his father knew he couldn't change his mind. He agreed that William could study magic, but under the condition that William report his progress regularly. William immediately agreed, and he was now one step closer to creating magic.